And here is Deluxe Grimlock out of packaging, and boy, this figure is just absolute rubbish. I absolutely did not like this figure, did not have fun with it. It was bound to happen after being somewhat amazed and pleased with the initial figures I reviewed from this line. I was kind of waiting for the lemon or for the rotten egg in the pack or in the bunch, and it came in the form of this Grimlock. Oh my goodness, where do I even begin? First off, it's small. Okay, I could forgive that. I understand that this is a deluxe line, like they're sort of their Marvel Legends line. Everybody has to be in the same scale. Okay, fine, whatever. Grimlock is going to be as big as Optimus and Bumblebee. Fine. I was ready to forgive that, but the quality and engineering of the figure just made me lose it. I'm sorry. It just... First off, everything's loose. On my copy of the figure, the feet are loose. This hip joint just loves to pop off. The jaw loves to pop off. I mean, the only saving grace with this figure for me is this wonderful head sculpt, which can look up, like Iron Man look up. You can go like 90 degrees face up, like, Grimlock would be flying all the time, right? So, okay, that's great. That's the only saving grace with this figure. But everything else is just not doing it for me. The chest, if you give you some closer detail on that, the yellow paint, somehow, there's a lot of scuffing of all the figures I've seen. This part right here always gets scuffed up, or here and here. The yellow is like a cheap kind of enamel that they've applied on it, and it just doesn't want to stay on, especially in the parts that are pretty sharp or at an edge. The red paint is just all over the place. This was the best one I could find, but some of the others, the red paint was smudged, and out here the red paint on the missiles, and oh my goodness, it was just not at all pleasing to look at. I don't know what went wrong. It on paper it should have been nice, but yeah, it just very disappointing when you get him in hand. Okay, transformation. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started with transformation. It's the most horribly engineered transformation for Grimlock. We'll get to that in a little while, but it should be good. This figure should be cool, because I'm kind of getting like a Hulk vibe to it, rightly so, because Grimlock was sort of the muscle on the team, and he's a Dinobot, so he should look like this: thin thighs, big lower limbs, and big arms. That's the signature look and aesthetic and silhouette of these figures, and I'm totally down with it. It's just that I don't know, something about it just doesn't click with me. So articulation, the shoulders have ball joint. It can't even go far beyond 45 degrees. It just sucks, because Grimlock needs to be imposing, and you need to be able to move his arms outward, but okay, whatever. Ball jointed elbows. I mentioned already the head is on a ball joint. Waist swivel, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees, ankles go up and down, and the rocker tilt. Now, weapons. Oh my goodness. Another one that really ticked me off is they didn't give him a gun. I don't know. Is that accurate to the show? Grimlock does not have a gun. Okay. They kind of gave him a melee or a club. The blast effect, which is supposed to be for the flame effect on his dino head, is... no. It's, I just realized you could peg it there. It's sort of like a flaming... Is this his sword? Because the instructions tell you to put it that way. It's like he's holding a flaming club. Like it's like he ordered some burritos, and he ordered a foot-long burrito, and it's on fire. That's the vibe that I'm getting from here. So this is supposed to be his sword, his cheap sword, or a club, or I don't even know. And then they gave him this crown. Okay, fine. They're probably going for accuracy somehow with this crown, but it is a little tricky to put on his head. But it looks more like a jester's cap than a crown. I mean, they're going to do something right. The crown has to be right. It's a jester's cap, not a crown. I'm sorry. I don't mind not having a crown if they gave him an actual sword or a gun, but they didn't. So we were stuck with these things. Okay, let's just transform him before I break him any further. The first transformation is the most horrible transformation for Grimlock. They wanted to do away with the G1 style transformation. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? The G1 Grimlock transformation works perfectly, and they decided to go try something different. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to prop the head, the dino head. Go ahead and you want to close that jaw, okay, like that. And then what you want to do is you want to close these wings and sort of squeeze those pegs right there onto those slots, as it were. I mean, even that, I was already skeptical about how this thing was going to go. So tab the head there. And then this one's going to go right here. Okay, so kind of G1. Okay, I'm going to give him that. All right, and here's where the big mess comes in. It's the legs. They should have just done it with the normal G1 with the tail, and no. They had to super engineer this by doing it this way. They kind of made it like a, I don't know, Age of Extinction? The Last Night, I guess. Age of Extinction kind of transformation. So you have to turn him sideways, the hips, make it face his left, make the crotch piece face left, his left. And then what you want to do is you want to fold open the shins, fold these out like that. Okay. And then rotate the thigh like this. And then somehow fold this piece, this shin part up, and it scrapes the tail. They didn't even work out the clearance properly. Fold it back down. Okay. And here's the kicker. You got to slot these tabs right here in between and slot them right there on those, I guess, peg holes or slots. So don't do anything yet. The instructions tell you to combine the tail with this other one and then do that. But I would suggest you do this one first, because this is the most difficult part of the transformation. And I'm going to do my best to show it off without getting really super frustrated, because it is annoying. So, okay. And then find a way to just fold that leg right there. Okay. And then do the same on the other side, okay, if you can. Rotate. I don't even know how. Okay, just fold it this way. And then rotate that thigh like that. Combine the tail pieces, and then these are supposed to tab in. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it now. So that tab right there, is it for that one? Wait, I'm asking. Let me see if I can. Okay. Okay, that was easy. Oh my goodness. Not fun at all. One of the more difficult ones to transform. I mean, this figure is not for the adult collector. These are supposed to be for younger Transformers collectors. And okay, I love me. No, if he painted him purple, that would be what he would look like. But look at that. That's the Dino mode. It's horrible. It's horrendous. Look at that. It's like he's got a sword for a tail. The legs are just way off proportion. I mean, he's like a baby dino. He's like Grimlock just hit puberty, and this is what he looks like. Okay, the flame effect should be able to peg in right there. Okay. And then this crown, there's a peg right there. I'm going to slot that in right there. And there you go. The most horrible looking Grimlock I have ever seen. And it's a shame, because I was really starting to, really starting to fall in love with this with this type of Cyberverse figures, this deluxe line, and all of a sudden they give us this Grimlock. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I'm just glad it's on clearance, and I'm kind of kicking myself in the rear right now for not getting the bigger Grimlock, like the, I don't know what it was called. It was a Supreme class or like a leader class Grimlock, I should say. It was down from 50 bucks. It was on clearance here in Manila for 20 bucks, $20. Huge Grimlock, leader class Grimlock, $20. This is $16. I should have bought that one instead of this, but I wanted to get this one for the MacCadam piece, and yeah, now I'm regretting it. So I can't really recommend this figure unless you are completing and trying to build MacCadam. That's the only reason why you should pick up this figure. You can pick up that, you get that piece, the right arm of MacCadam, and then you can sell this off to a buddy or donate it to your younger siblings or cousins or whoever, your friends, because it's really not a good figure. And just a very disappointing figure. Engineering was spotty at best. It was, a lot of pieces were loose. Articulation could have used some work. No accessories except this weird flame effect that's a weapon, a crown. They could have given us a gun and a sword. They could have done a lot of things to make this an impressive figure, but they didn't. I'm going to give this figure a score of a 2 out of 10. That's how much I hate this figure. I'm sorry, okay? I would not recommend it. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Cyberverse Deluxe Grimlock. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.